Easy.
Okay, it's Toby from Heavyweight MMA. Today with Sebastian Szalay. How are you, brother?
Good, man. Thanks for having me on.
So you're currently training at Freestyle MMA out of Windang, New South Wales, aren't you, brother?
Yep, that is correct.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
How's it going down there, man? I know a couple of the lads there. I've trained there a couple of times and interviewed a few of the guys. It's a nice gym.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's really good, man. Again, solid team, good people, very happy with it, Yeah, just very happy with the team I have and the level of competitors there. It's good.
Nice, man. So currently Eternal Featherweight champ, man. I was actually over in Perth watching the night that you beat
Oh
Dimps
yeah.
for the title, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
there live. Nice fight, brother.
Awesome. Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah. How does it feel to be the champ, bro?
It's awesome, man. Like all the hard work and especially coming through the Grand Prix like that. Like, I had two fights obviously to get to the belt, and it was very close together. So it was definitely a big push. But now I'm very happy. I'm very proud of myself, and yeah, I'm just happy. Worked hard, and then the results pay off.
Nice, man. I've watched a few of your fights, and you're an interesting style, man. Interesting mix. You've obviously got that karate base mixed in with the rest of the MMA that you've been learning. Can you tell me about your start in karate or whatever you started in?
Yeah, the first one to say that usually I started with karate from a young age when I was a kid, and I done it all the way through till my mid-20s. I pretty much competed in point style karate, so I was on the national and like Australian national team with karate. So I was traveling all around Australia, went international as well, I was doing international competitions, everything like that, and I had a
Yep.
long resume in that sense where I was just traveling around competing in that. And yeah, from then on, after karate, I transitioned over to MMA, and that's kind of how my style evolved. And also, just being able to adapt and change because, like, from my early fights, how I started with. I was very karate-ish if you watched my early fights, and then as obviously I've worked with coaches and always adding to my game, getting better, constantly changing and making adaptations and things like that. Yeah, my style just keeps changing, and yeah, it's cool.
Man, it's an advantage to have started with a traditional style in a way because the general makeup of MMA fighters these days kind of mashing together like Muay Thai and wrestling and BJJ. To have that little bit of a difference in the way you strike pays dividends, right?
100%. It's funny you actually said it because I was thinking about that the other day. Like, I was having discussions with people about having a base martial arts, and then people coming, especially nowadays. Like, a lot of people are just like you said, they're coming in and they're doing both, they're doing everything. But I think it's very beneficial to have a traditional background, even martial arts, not even karate, just things like that. I think it's important to have that as well. It's a good base.
And what do you think about karate and traditional karate, man, as a practice or as a self-defense or as a fighting art?
Yeah, look, yeah, like again, I've done karate my whole life. My whole family has, so it's been like a thing since I was a kid. My dad, my brothers, all of us, so we were involved for a very long time. Again, it's a karate is a good martial arts to begin with, everything like that, because it starts off, good discipline, good work ethic, us sensei, bow, boom, this, that. Like you come from a good beginning, and yeah, you got a good discipline, good work ethic, and I think it does translate over, when you get to these levels in MMA and stuff like that, having that background of that traditional martial arts, or it's helped me so much to where I am right now. It's helped me so much. So I do, yeah, karate is great. And again, from a self-defense thing like that, it's great. It's very beneficial. Again, things are changing. Things always change with martial arts nowadays. You need a bit of everything. So I think as well, if you do karate or those martial arts, if you want to do any other, like, you need to learn ground game, you need to learn jiu-jitsu, wrestling. It's all important now. Everyone's starting to do it now. The game's evolving so much.
Yeah, man, and talking to a few guys over the years, especially the older sort of karate guys and whatnot, Cameron Quinn, a few other guys, karate as a whole, you can do it forever, whereas MMA, it's probably got a shorter lifespan. You can continue doing kata, you can continue, doing drills and whatnot for your whole life if you want to, yeah?
Yeah, that's it, man. Yeah, it's one of those sports where you can do it. Yeah, a lot of people like that. You can keep grading, Carter, competition. And again, it's point style. A lot of it's point style. So a lot of those people can. There's not much damage. So you can train, you can compete. Yeah, it's a longevity, definitely.
Yeah. Cool. Man, how would you describe your style these days? What's your preference, and what sort of areas are you enjoying training the most, coming from that sort of striking area?
Yeah, look, blending my styles and again working with guys like at the gym, like Joe Lopez and with Volk and all that, like trying to make you're looking at those, you're working with those guys and everything like that, and just like having the ability to work with them with the striking and adding levels to my game. In my striking game, like they're still think that people haven't seen half the stuff I can still do yet because I'm still always just adding to my game, and yeah, it's just it's been great. I mean, obviously we work on more wrestling. A lot of my fights are not really grappling wrestling as much, but again, I definitely want to show more of that as well. And yeah, looking forward to just keep adding to my game, keep improving.
And you guys have a hectic schedule, right? You're pushing your body to the max. But in those
Yeah.
sessions, what session would you look forward to the most out of all the different sort of sessions you do?
In camp or out of camp?
Either or.
Yeah. Again, probably sparring. Love sparring. It's good. That's the most look
Yeah.
forward to. Even in camp as well, you look like the spiders and that. The spiders are good. Good mental push. That's like especially when you're in camp, you big mental push, physically, mentally. That's awesome. Probably the spider or sparring. Either one.
Nice, nice. Man, you train with Justin Van Heerden, Colby
Yep.
Thickness, Jarrett Wilbraham. They're the guys I'm familiar with. Obviously, there's more
Yes.
there. Um, Out of the guys over there, which are the best sort of training partners for you, and what do you benefit from them?
I mean, again, they all bring different things to the game, Like again, we're all training with each other, and as well, we're all iron sharpen iron. We're all
Yep.
competitive, and they all bring different things to the game. That's the thing. Whenever you spar with any of us, we're all doing different things. We have all different styles. That's one thing we all have. Our styles we have. And whenever you train with someone like that, you have to make adaptation. You have to adapt and change things as you go. And ever like I couldn't say one person in particular. Yeah, everyone is just great to train with because everyone's different. So it's always good to keep it keeps you on the edge. It keeps you ready. Keeps you competitive. It's good.
Yeah. Having known a couple of those guys for a while, I know you'd be a lot of shit talk in the gym, probably starting out with Joe Lopez and moving down to the other guys. Who's the biggest shit
Yeah.
talker there?
Oh fuck. Well, you got Justin. He's got a loud mouth on him. I'm pretty sure you know that as well. Again, Colby obviously gets it from Joe. Um, yeah, I don't know. Probably Colby or Justin. They're probably the best. But Justin's a different type of shit talker. Justin just talks shit all the time, so
Yeah,
it's all
yeah.
it's funny.
And in one of your interviews, man, I heard you talking about like benefiting from someone like Justin because of his strength in the grapple, like rear naked
Yeah.
choke position, defending that. You're coming up against Tazar Malone at Eternal 92, February 8th. He's got a few rear naked chokes on his record for his wins, man. That's obviously something you'd be
Yeah.
preparing for a little.
Yeah, 100%. Look, yeah. Again, I'm in a perfect place for the preparation. I know I'm looked after in that department with the guys in my gym, especially Colby, Justin. We got Volk, everything like that. All the boys. I'm in good preparation, most definitely.
Yeah.
Like, don't have to worry about that. I'm looked after.
What do you think about Taser as an opponent?
Yeah, look, he's athletically strong, physically strong guy. He's tough. Yeah, he's not bad. Again, it's just going to be like another fight for me to showcase my skills. I think he's a good athletic person, but yeah, that's all really I got to say about him.
Yeah, he comes out pretty strong from what I've seen, and
100%.
obviously physically strong sort of guy. I would say looking
Yes.
at you, you're a more fluid sort of fighter, especially in that stand-up area. So I'll be interested to see if it ends up like a grappler sort of striker fight in a way that he'll be looking to try and press you against the fence, and you might be looking to keep the range a little bit. What do you think?
Yeah. He most definitely, particularly with my style, I'm bringing, these looks into the fight. And when you fight me, it's a different ball game, you know. It is. I bring different movements. My beats are different. My timing is different, and it can usually throw people off. And I think it will throw him off. I don't think I know it will. You know, it would definitely throw him off, and I believe he'll exactly what you said. He'll be looking to shoot, probably back me up, things like that. You know, we've been working all sorts of game plan, everything against him, and working very closely, watching him, and yeah, we're coming in very well prepared, and I definitely I know what to expect.
Yeah, bro. I just had a couple of questions I normally ask people when I first talk to them. What
Yep.
drove you to start fighting? Was it just obviously you're already in the karate through your family and whatnot,
Yeah.
but what drove you to compete in something serious like MMA?
Again, like, yeah, been involved in martial arts since I was a kid, my whole family and stuff like that. Yeah, when I was doing karate, it got to a point where karate was it just started to get, it was going down the same path as like taekwondo. You see in the Olympics and stuff like that. The sport
Mm.
started to get a bit softer. You know, there's not much contact, and I always was a fan of MMA and always wanted to do MMA. And just the timing was there where the sport was kind of getting a little bit softer, and I wanted a bit more hardcore intense. And I always wanted to give it a crack in MMA. You know, I was always very, I was, you know, always watched everything like that. So yeah, it was just basically the love for it. And then once I transitioned and started training MMA and getting involved in it, I loved it. And then I had my first fight, and then, you know, I won my first fight by knockout. And then after that, I was like, all right, I'm doing this. I love this. This is good. Good feeling.
Nice, nice. Hey, I didn't ask you what style of karate were you training in?
Shotokan.
Shotokan. Okay, nice. One of the popular ones, right?
Yeah.
What do you think
Yes.
about
Yeah.
Kyokushin? Because Kyokushin, I know they do a lot of like more full contact sort of fighting, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. That's I actually knew a couple of guys who I trained with who did that as well.
yeah,
I wasn't very much involved. I didn't really see as much, but I knew a couple of guys. But again, yeah, all that stuff is very beneficial. It's good. You get some really
yeah,
tough guys that go in Kyoshikan and some of those other martial arts like Kudo and all those ones. Some
yeah.
tough guys. So I have a lot of respect for all the martial artists that do that.
Nice, nice. Man, a couple of questions I got just that I've been asking people lately. Eventually, I'm going to
Yep.
compile them into like a compilation of pro fighters answering. First
Yes.
one, mental preparation. Can you describe your mental prep and how it impacts your performance?
Yeah, mental preparation it's, you know, very important. And again, being around like someone like Volkanovski and these guys, you get to see firsthand, you know, what a guy like that at that level, how he prepares mentally, what it takes to prepare mentally for a fight, and what you need to do, you know, to be like one of the greats like that. You know, it's always good to be around someone like that, and so that gives you a lot of confidence in your preparation and your mentality. And yeah, just doing the right training, getting the right looks. Yeah, all that builds confidence in your mentality. And then you do all those right things, regardless how whatever's going to happen in the fight. If you do all the right things before the fight, you eat well, you train hard, you work hard, you don't miss your sessions, you do everything. You're confident. You usually go in there, you're confident, and then that helps. That's your mentality for a fight. You know, building up to that. So that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, makes sense. Motivation. What drives you to compete at the highest level, such as you are now?
Again, just like me, just challenging myself. I love to challenge myself. I always have. Again, I just want to keep challenging myself, improving, getting better. I say it all the time. I want to improve. That's this thing like that. I always just want to be a great martial artist, improve my game, and just see and challenge myself to the highest level against some of the best. Because, you know, I just want to see where I stand against the best guys. If I can keep challenging myself and improving, that gives me drive and motivation. You know, every day.
What's your long-term goal, man, in the sport?
Long term goal again. I want to get to the UFC. That's definitely my one of my goals there. And then from that, we'll see later down the road. You know, for now, I don't want to look too far down the road. Right now, I've got a few things in my mindset what I want to achieve and what I want to do. That's one of them. I want to go out this next fight and prove that, you know, I'm the next guy for the shot there. So yeah, at the moment now, it's just that.
Yeah, it'd be cool if you get into UFC, bro. They'll be drawing those comparisons of Wonder Boy and MVP and
Yeah.
what's
Oh,
that? What's that heavyweight guy used to fight? I forgot his name. A Brazilian / Japanese guy. What's his name? I forgot the name.
When you fought in UFC?
Yeah, one of the old guys. He fought John Jones and that.
Leona Machida.
Yeah, Machida, man. They'll be
Yeah,
drawing
yeah. Oh, look,
comparisons to
man.
those three guys. Yeah.
Hey, if I can be be compared to those guys, that's awesome, man. I love all them. Again, that's another one. Watching Leona Machida, he was when I was in the mix of karate, and you seen a guy go into UFC,
Yeah,
Leona Machida. It was just
exactly.
like, oh man, this is like it was unreal. It was unreal.
Yeah.
It was devastating when he lost to Shogun the second time. I remember that was just
Mm.
like, oof. But yeah, it was awesome.
If you go back and watch him against Jones again, man, he was doing better than most people in the first sections. He just maybe a bit overpowered at the end, but he started off
100%.
great in that fight. Obviously ends with a terrible.
Yeah, yeah,
like
it
his
didn't end too
military.
good. That was
I
hard
bet.
to watch as well because I remember before that fight, right? Yeah, me and my family, because we were big fans of Machida. We're like, man, Machida can get this done. We're like, he's maybe the guy for it. And the first round happened. We're like, oh man, he clipped John Jones, and you're kind of like, oh, there you
Yeah,
go, that's good. And then it just went, boom, it just went down. You're like, boah,
yeah.
that's John Jones for you. But yeah, it was yeah, it was a good fight. He actually challenged him quite. Even John Jones gave him a lot of respect as well because he was like, man, yeah, he was like a very unusual style to fight.
Yeah, exactly what we were talking about with people being prepared for like standard, Muay Thai style, and you get in with a guy who blitzes, and that's a different feeling. Yeah,
100%. Like again, going back to what I said before, like that with my beat and the way I move as well. I move different. Timing's different. Karate guys, we move very different, and a lot of people can watch it and go, "Oh yeah, I just do that, and he can do this." But when you're in there, and if you're not an experienced like caliber of fighter, and it's happening at you like that, you can be thrown off quite a bit. You'd be like, "Oh man, like you got to make adjustments," and if you don't
yeah,
make those adjustments, it can be a bad night.
true, true. One of my regular training partners is a karate guy. Actually, a couple of them are karate guys. But one of them
Oh
has a
really?
full on blitz. One of them has a full on blitz, and yeah, you got to be ready. You got to be ready to
Yeah,
angle
man.
off.
Yeah,
We're
see, there
getting
you go.
smashed.
100%, bro. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it. That's it. Yeah, that's
yeah.
it.
Man, post-fight reflections after a fight, win or lose, what processes do you go through to analyze your performance?
Yeah, I obviously go through what I can improve because there's always, again, you can look after a fight what you can improve. There's always places to get better, like in room for improvement, getting better, and obviously just taking in your fight. Like you won the fight, you got to take in, and you got to give yourself a pat on the back sometimes because if you overanalyze too much and get too much in your head, it's not good for you as well. But being a little bit critical and having to look at those improvements, that's always good. That's how I always look at fights. I just look at what I can improve onto the next.
Yep.
Because usually that high goes away a week, and then you're like, all right, I'm back in, I'm ready.
Yeah, that's the way. Motivation, man. Training regimen. Can you walk us through your typical day of training? Probably, in your pre-fight era time.
Just generally what throughout the week, like just sessions. Oh, just what I
Yeah,
do.
like a
Yeah,
general day.
yeah,
What's a general
yeah,
day? Like you
yeah,
wake up at
yeah.
what time? You do what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I get up around depending on the days because we have weight training in the morning. I'll get up early around 6. Get ready, go to the gym, do strength and conditioning with the boys, and then come home, have some food, go back to the gym after training, recovery, mostly just recovery stuff, and then yep, go back to the gym later again, come home, have some food, recovery, and then yeah, go to bed. Usually,
Yeah, it's a pretty
like a
hectic day.
machine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like a
man, it's just you just eat, sleep, train. It's pretty much how it goes. You're just a machine.
yeah. True, man. Advice for aspiring fighters. What's a piece of advice for fighters trying to make it in the sport?
Um, yeah, just like you're gonna doubt yourself. You're gonna have ups and downs in the sport, and you're not gonna feel good in certain areas and stuff like that. And that's okay. Try and just keep pushing through. Try and find the right people around you. It's so important to find the right people around you, people who can who really care about you and have your back, and they're looking out for you. That's all very important. All that stuff. Just having a good positive mindset and trying to get the right information through to you that way, and always be willing to learn and listen. Have that white belt mentality. That's taken me like where I'm at right now. Just always being open minded, having the right people around me, and yeah, just be positive. Everything's all good.
Nice. Future plans beyond your fighting career, man. Have you given it any thought?
Yeah, look, I'd love to. I love coaching. Again, probably you hear that all the time. Maybe I don't know if fighters will say that, but yeah, I love coaching. I love working with people. I love helping people. Always have. I like seeing people improve. So yeah, coaching would definitely be one of those things I'd like to get into. After I'm done, be well involved in the sport that way. We'll never know what else there is, but yeah, just I reckon that would be it. Yeah.
Yeah, I expected that from you actually with your martial arts background. It's kind of the cycle, right? Like people move up and then they
Yeah.
teach other people to move up as well. Yeah.
100%.
Bro, not sure if you're a street fighter, but if you were or if you are, what's your go-to street fight move?
um, I've been in my fair few when I was a bit younger. Go to street fight move. Oh, mate. I got a cracking right hand, so it's always just a right hand.
Yeah, that's similar to
That's
mine.
it. Or hey, you know what? Just for a blitz. Let's say a good blitz. A good blitz fin
Yeah,
does the job, mate. That's all you. That's all you need. Is get him a good
yeah,
blitz, and then you're
yeah.
sold.
Actually, I'm not sure what fight it was, but I remember one of your amateur fights where you landed a cracking right hand and knocked the guy out.
Yeah,
Not sure which one that was, but yeah, it was a nice one.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's say blitz.
Bro, this next question is I kind of understand your style is pretty good for this. I was going to ask your thoughts on CTE and brain damage in MMA and
Yeah.
combat sports. Is it worth it? But thinking about it, your style is very evasive, so you're better off than guys that just walk forward with their head out, you know? So, yeah. Anyhow, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah. Yeah, again, in the sport we do, it's going to be hard to avoid it, but you want to just try and minimize that as much as possible. You know, less damage is better. You know, you only got one brain, man, so you just got to be smart about it. And again, just do the type of training where you can minimize it. Obviously, there's going to be sessions where you're going to have to go harder. You're going to have to do all that type of stuff, and then that's a part of the sport. You know, that's what we signed up for. So, in that again, you know, not too many hard sparrings because you definitely need your brain. But yeah, just being smart with your sessions, knowing when you do need a rest and when you are having some, you know, you maybe had a couple of concussions and you're just like, oh, I'll just push through and stuff like that. Yeah, you know, you can be tough. We're all tough in this game. You know, that doesn't matter. But your brain, you will pay for it later on. So yeah, just being smart, knowing when to step back and go, all right, I'll be cool. But
Yeah,
yeah, so part of the sport. Unfortunately, there's not much you can do about it.
yeah. Having heard a bit about Colby's like treatment of any concussions and whatnot, I see you guys down there are right on top of it, following all
Yeah,
the
we
right protocols and that.
100%, man, 100%. And again, we all look after each other. That's one thing. We train hard, we work hard, we do everything. But then again, we take that stuff pretty serious. You know, yeah, like you said with Colby's situation, everything like that. We take it very serious.
Yeah, nice man. And also the second part of that, when I think about my kids, like I've got a few kids and trying to train them, always thinking about you'd like your kids to come up with a nice evasive style. If they were to compete, you don't want them to be like, you know, trying to be a tough guy. You want them to be able to evade and hit back, you know. So that's something for
Yeah.
people to think about too, right? Is work your style from the start to be an evasive style that minimizes damage because it's going to help you in the long run.
That's it, man. Again, like as well, if you're looking at an amateur career or even just pro on the regional scenes like that, you wanna build that type of style where you can be aggressive and you can do those things where you can, you know, give damage but also just be defensively sound. Being defensively sound is very important. And you don't want too many hard fights like really blood like a slugfest in your early career anyways, like that. Who wants that? You got the UFC to do that, you know, then you're gonna get guys who are really good on that way. So yeah, just minimize obviously there's gonna be fights where it's gonna happen, but yeah, just being defensively sound. It's very important.
Yep, yep. Last question, man. Silly one. If you had to fight a bear, a lion, or a gorilla, which one would you choose, and what would your strategy be?
Bear, lion, or gorilla. Shit, man. Um, oof. I suppose I would say bear. Yeah, I'll do the bear because a lion would rip your jugular out. A gorilla would just snap you in half. A bear probably would just. Oh yeah. Strategy wise, just hit and move, man. Just like a fight, hit and move. Use your speed. Use your evasive skills. That's what I would do. Try and aim for the eyes. Go for the nose, the snout. Go for that, and then hopefully, yeah, you can avoid that. But yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
got.
yeah, fair enough, bro. You find actually most of the people I've asked said that they'll choose the lion just because it'd be the quickest death.
Yeah, well, and that's it. When you asked me that, I was just kind of yeah, you just be what would be the easy or the quickest way to die? Probably the lion just snaps your neck and you're done. That's it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
puts you to sleep pretty fast. All right,
Oh yeah.
man. All right, Sebastian, thanks for your time, man. Nice to have a chat. Looking forward to your upcoming fight. Tazar Malone, Eternal MMA 92, February 8th at Rosehill Gardens Racecourse. Is it a horse race or is it a fight? That's a strange venue. Anyway.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it's different venue from last time, so this one's apparently a lot bigger and it's going to be better. So it'll
Yeah.
be good.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice, man. Anyway, looking forward to you taking that fight and looking forward to you eventually getting into the UFC like you want to be. All right, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it very much, and thanks for having me on, man. And yeah,
Cheers, man.
cheers. Thank you.
Thanks for your time.